Hi, Jan here again. Welcome back to my channel. I'm a hobbyist reseller on eBay. I don't make a living out of it, unfortunately, because I can't dedicate enough time and energy to it because of my health conditions. But my husband, it's his main income, so I go along with him to boot sales and I pick up a few bits and pieces as well. And so this is I had such a bumper weekend this weekend. It was fabulous, beautiful weather. So although I only did a video showing you what I got last week, I thought I'd better do another one this week, because now I've got it home, I've got to get it all processed. So that's cleaned, made ready, pop it onto my database so I know exactly what I've got and where it's gone to, as in, you know, where I've stored it, and then get it eventually listed and put onto eBay, hopefully sold and making a little bit of profit for me. Who knows if I can or not. But today I'm going to start with the things that I'm keeping. The first thing, I've always liked these type of pens, you know, that as a kid I just thought they were fascinating, that you could have 4 colours in one pen, and I'm a little bit disappointed with myself. I've got this from the stationery guy that's there every week, and he's down to his last few of these, and I'm thinking he's going to run out and then I won't be able to get them, and he's only charging 50p each for them at the moment. So I don't know why I only bought one, but when I see him next Saturday, hopefully he'll be back at Faygate where I got this one. I'll just buy up what he's gone, because then I'll have a supply and I don't have to worry about them wearing out. Talking about wearing out, last week my tin opener, you know how they suddenly just go and they won't open tins at all, and I was trying to open a tin of oh dear, sorry about that, that's a rejected call, sorry. And as you're aware, I don't do editing. I'm not quite up to speed with that yet. Yeah, tin openers. Trying to open some kidney beans to go in a chilli, and I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't get this flipping tin opened. And I've been to Sainsbury's. Their tin opener was £14.50, and I thought that's an incredible amount. But when I went back a few days later, they'd rearranged the shelf, and that's the expensive one, and the better price one was up at £4.50 at eye level, but they'd hidden that somewhere earlier. So I bought the £4.50 one. I'm okay for tin openers, but then I see this at the boot sale, brand new, never been opened. He wanted £1 for it, and I thought, well, at any price that's good. It's got walnut handles, and as you can see the blades have never been out of the box. So I thought, well, I'll just get that, pop it in a cupboard, and then if at some point in the future the £4.50 one breaks, I've got a spare to fall back on. So that's a keeper. I found a Mason and Cash dog water bowl. Mason and Cash also do in this colour, the big mixing bowls, you know, for cake making, and they seem to do it. All the water, I've got them in various sizes going right up to the huge ones, but at 50p I thought, well, I won't let that go, because you never know when they're going to get broken, and they are nice heavy solid ones that don't get moved around the floor when the dogs are having a drink. Although, to be fair, today it is so hot, we've got the paddling pool out for them in the garden, and whilst they're not in there swimming, they're going out there for a drink. I've got water bowls in every room downstairs. I've got them in the kitchen, the hall, the lounge, everywhere that there's a dog. They've got water everywhere. I always have that, because the thought of them going thirsty, I can't bear that, but they still prefer to go. I suppose outside the chemicals evaporate off the water and it just tastes a bit more natural to them, I guess. But anyway, 50p dog bowl. There was a cheap, it's only like a Sainsbury's clip-on lid pot. But although I bought one the other week to supplement the spaghetti jar I've already got, I did think that would take a whole pack of, when you get the big packs of spaghetti, that would take a whole one. So whether I keep that or it goes to one of the kids, I don't know. I think I paid 50p for that, so better than paying 5 or 6 quid in the shop. So 50p for that one. A water bottle, not one that keeps your drinks cool, but it says My Protein, so I don't know if it's designed to put a protein shake in, but it's got a fixed on lid, so you're not going to take the lid off and lose it. And they're handy just to have extra water when you go out. So another keeper. I use a lot of hankies. I don't use tissues for noses and colds and things like that, and I do leak cerebral spinal fluid from my nose a lot, especially when I'm talking or leaning forward, and so I like to have lots and lots of hankies on hand. This is a battered old box, and it's got an M monogram on it. I don't know if you can see that. I could get one out and show you, but I thought, well, it could be M for mum or M for me. It doesn't really matter. It's only to wipe my nose on. But set of 3. These cost about £5 in the shop, 50p. That'll do. And they're nice quality cotton as well. So that's really nice. Now, as you'll have seen in past videos, I'm a bit obsessed with teapots at the moment. And in the thought of if Neil were to bring me a cup of tea in one of the smaller pots that I've got, that will pour out more, it's probably 2 cups, but you need extra milk to come with it. So I wanted a small milk jug. And this little cow milk jug, it's porcelain, and that one was 30p. And is absolutely perfect for just 2 cups of tea straight from the pot. Now, this wasn't intended as a keeper when I bought it. This is a lovely teal coloured little teapot from who made it? Hang on a bit and I will tell you. This is Farmhouse Filter Teapot, designed in Britain. London Pottery. And this one has the infuser that goes inside, that you pop your tea, your loose tea in there, stick it in there, pour your boiling water on, and then just let it infuse. Now, when I got this was almost black, and I thought, well, let's see how well I can clean it up. And I'm very, very pleased with it. I don't know if you can see how clean it is. That I did sodium bicarbonate, or baking soda in the UK. I think in the US you call it baking powder, but in England baking powder has, I think, corn flour added to it, so it's not quite the same thing. But bicarbonate of soda and an old toothbrush, and it came up beautifully. It is stainless steel. But I'm really, really pleased with that. And Neil, as soon as he saw it, said, what a lovely colour, why don't you keep that one? And I'm thinking, as the prices of things go up so much, usually I make my tea, put the tea bag in the cup, pour the boiling water on it, then add milk, then take the tea bag out when it kind of looks the right colour. But the problem with that is you can't put extra water on or reuse the bag. But if you've got tea leaves and infused in the pot, then you can add more water to the pot. You've got your milk jug, and seeing them together, I just love the teal and the white together. So that is now a keeper. I'm very pleased with that. And then I'll list one of the pots, or both of the pots that I've already got. I don't need them all. I'm just starting to get a collection of teapots on the side in the kitchen. That's just clutter. If it's not used, it's clutter. And then finally, I keep a pile of these tea towels in my boot sailing bag. These I get from the boot sale. They're 6 for £1. And because I buy China things, if I've got some with me, then I can just wrap the things up in a tea towel, and it means they come home fairly safe. And I'd taken 6 with me, but going around the boot sale, I was aware that I was nearly used them all, so we had the walkie-talkies, and I got hold of Neil, and I said, because I'd gone past the bit where the trader is that sells these, and I said to Neil, don't make a special journey to him, but if you go past him, could you get me another pack of 6 for £1 tea towels, because I'm running low. Well, Neil being Neil, couldn't get me a pack, he bought me 2, so more than I wanted. I used 2 out of that pack, out of one of the packs, which I gave to his mum Sue, who was with us. I gave the 4 remaining to Sue, so she's got 4 new tea towels, and I've got extras for boot sailing, so they're keepers as well. And so that's my little bits and pieces that I'm keeping. But oh, last thing that I'm keeping is I found this dry whiteboard. It's never been out of the pack. It's got its fixings on the back still. Got a pen to write on it with, and she wanted £1 for that. And I thought, well, this sort of thing is really useful, especially just to write messages to each other on. Like, if I ask Neil to do a job, then I like to have it visually there to remind him, you know, can you unblock the downstairs sink or something like that. If it's written down, then every time he goes past, he'll think, oh, I've done it, or I haven't done it, or I need to do it, or whatever. So, or if we go out and my son might be popping by, then I can just leave a message on the board for him saying we've popped out, we'll be back at whatever time, please feed the dogs, or whatever. So that was £1. I mean, they're only about £5 new. They're not that great a saving on that one, but good to have anyway. Right, let me pop that down here. And whilst I'm down on the floor, and not from a boot sale, this morning I treated myself to a bucket. No, it's not from a bucket list. I bought this because when I get teapots that need soaking... Oh, I've got a butterfly just come in the room. I don't know if it'll come around so you can see it. Oh, how lovely. That's got to be a good omen for something. But sometimes I need to soak a teapot, and I like to fully submerge them. If it's a big teapot, my washing up bowl might not be big enough. And also it means that I can't then use the washing up bowl or the sink for anything else. So I thought, if I get a dedicated bucket just for my things that I want to bleach like that, then I can pop it in here, pop it somewhere where the dogs can't get to, pop it in the downstairs loo or something so the dogs can't get near it to lick it or anything. And you know, the thing that always worries me about doing it in the kitchen sink is that Neil will not realise that I've got bleach in there, and it will throw something in there that shouldn't go into bleach, and then it'll all go horribly wrong. But now I've got my bleach bucket. I've got other bucket, well, a household bucket, but that gets used for cleaning floors, and so I didn't, although the bleach would kill anything, I just thought if I've got an ideal clean one from, that just came from B&Q, so I didn't get it from a boot sale, but it's part of my boot sailing kit now. So a little bucket, well, quite a big bucket really. Then on to boot sale finds. So I've got the tea towels there, and I found these, I don't know if you can see them, Coke glasses. We've got new design for 2010. They're a little bit grubby, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to take the glasses out of the box. Some of the boxes are a bit damaged. Boxes are dusty, but the glasses are a little bit not clean. Then we've got another design for 2010. That's a kind of pinky purpley colour one. And then I've got 5 from the 2012 Olympics. And they've got the Olympic bands round the bottom. That's the black and the blue. Yellow, red, and green. And I'm going to have to wash them up because this one you can't even see through it. It's probably been sat on a kitchen shelf or something, and it's grim. But I can get that all cleaned up and that'll be lovely. And they were 50p each. A lady had lost her brother-in-law and was selling off his bits and pieces, so 50p each, or she said if you want the whole lot you can have them for £2.50, and I thought, well, you're not going to barter at that, that's a good price. And also from the same lady, from the brother-in-law, there was a teddy bear cookie jar. Now I do quite well on cookie jars, you know, I tend to pick them up for about £1. This one doesn't have a rubber seal on the lid, but I've looked at others the same on eBay and none of them have got the rubber seal, so clearly they came originally without the seal. And that's the back there. And he's already had a bit of a bath, so he feels a bit cleaner. He was £1.
Really good, James.
Thank you, Cheryl. I was so nervous doing it, but I just said to myself this morning, just get up and do it.
Neil's got a zoom on behind me, and I don't know if they can see and hear me.
Or 40 degrees C where I am.
Sorry about that.
I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. I think it's over 100.
But
I can't really do much, so I thought I'd just do the YouTube video, do my listings, and then that's it for today. Do some drafting. But yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, you didn't seem nervous at all. You did a great job. Great delivery.
no Yadro today, but I have picked up a couple of pieces of Miguel Requines. This is a lady holding a candle, and she's got a hand cupped for the candle.
I took the plunge this morning. I managed to do 2 in the end actually, just a bit of an intro and then talking about, I'm going to do a £10 to a £10,000 challenge.
And Neil had found this one actually and got on the walkie-talkie, said was I interested, and I said, because he said it's not Yadro, it's similar, but he'd taken a photo of it and a photo of the, again it's Miguel Requines.
Yeah, I took the plunge, Catherine, so.
And I said yes I would be. He'd come to find me and I said run back and get that one. So
just do it, honestly.
that one I think was £1, that one was £2.
Video was awful. Just do it and you won't regret it. So I woke up this morning and I was like, do you know what, I'm not going to put it off.
And then I found this one.
What's the worst that can happen? No.
Now this one, again in the same Valencia style, but somebody has glued felt onto the bottom right over the maker's,
for me, the easiest thing in the first video is just talk about you.
Right over the maker's name, so
maybe why you do reselling, and then from there you can build from it. But that first video is the hardest one. You're talking into a camera, you're thinking, oh, do I look stupid? And it's that one really is. But once you get past that, you think, do you know what, it's out there now.
That's better. I've turned the sound off. I don't know if the mic's on or not. But it is an eBay Zoom thing, so if they see me doing this, I hope they won't mind. But anyway, this one means I've now got to, I don't know what glue they've used on this, but I'm going to start off with nail varnish remover and hope that the acetate in there will dissolve the glue. But it's actually got some really fine painting on the face. It's quite a nice little piece and worth the £1 that I paid for it. He originally wanted £3, but I said, you know, with this on the bottom I can't tell what it is, but I'm willing to pay £1, and he took the £1, so I was happy with that. So I've got 3 little figurines there. Then it wouldn't be a boot sale without a teapot. Now, I'm not over fussed about these half teapot, half cup things, because to me that cup has got such a wide mouth that the tea will cool far too quickly. But before I went to the boot sale, I had a look at them on eBay, and they do sell. And when I saw this one, it's pretty in design and brand new. It's still completely in its wrapping. So I picked up that one for £1. I was pleased with that. and then a large Price and Kensington. Don't know if you can see that on the bottom where it's embossed and says Price and Kensington. I think this might be the largest one in their range, but it's lovely and clean inside, unusually, but it might get a go in the bucket anyway. Got that one for £1. And with teapots, I'm not picking up any teapot now. It's a case of, do I like it? Is it a colour that, or a style that appeals to me? And this one, or is it a good make? This one, obviously you notice because of the spots on it, and flipped it over. It's a John Lewis, and John Lewis, if you're not in the UK, is one of our best department stores.
The front door.
I'm sorry about that. Alexa's telling me there's somebody walked past the front door. So that was £1. This one does need a bit of bleaching inside, but that'll come up beautifully quite easily. So that's my 3 teapots. Can't be chatting as much as normal. I think I'm whipping through this quite quickly, or I think I was trying to get done quickly because I knew that this Zoom was starting, and I thought Neil was going to come down for it, but he'll be down shortly, I'm sure. Then I found in one of the boxes on the ground this little jug, and I thought that looks to me like Denby, and sure enough it is, and it's a 3/4 pint, it says on the bottom there. And I don't know if I tip it like that, can you see it's got some holes there, and I don't quite know what they're for, because if that's a milk jug, why would you need to strain anything out of it? People advertise these as coffee or milk or hot water if you need, sometimes tea served with a pot and an extra pot of hot water to top the teapot up with, but I don't really know. It does have some, I wouldn't say, it's not great big chips, it's almost like something's just nibbled around the edges of the spout there, but I'm hoping that's not going to affect the value too much. I don't know if you can see. But it was a nice little find for £1. I've got a feeling that that's the same colour as the teapot that I bought the other week, but I'd have to see them next to each other to be certain. But when I picked this up, the chap said, oh, I've got 2 egg cups to match, and you can have the pair for £1. So I've also got these little egg cups. Nothing written on the bottom because they're got a hole. I don't know why they would have a hole going right through, but Neil was looking at them earlier and he's rather taken with them, and I think he'd like to keep them, but we got egg cups already. But they are nice, and they do match that little jug, so I'm pleased with those. And then still on the Denby, look at that colour, isn't that beautiful? I don't think you're going, because it's a, oh yeah, you might just be able to make out the Denby on the bottom. It's got the tiniest little chip just there, which I don't know if you'll be able to see or not. Where is it? It's about 1 millimetre, and it's kind of on the underside of the rim rather than the top of the rim. So I'm hoping that won't make much difference. And also from the same chap, in the same colour, to me this looks like husband and wife picked different designs. I really like this shape, this kind of tankard shape. Again, Denby on the bottom. Don't know what they've been using that for lately, but that bit needs a good wash, but then I give it all a good wash anyway. I figure whoever buys it is going to wash it before they use it, but if it at least arrives clean, that's that's a good thing. Then it's been a bumper week for cookie jars. You saw the one that I already had. Now this one's quite filthy, but a little old lady, just like me. But she's quite sweet. I'll take the hat off. Again, no rubber rim to it. And the tops, I don't know if you can see where I'm going through the dirt there, but I'm going to have to wash my hands in a minute. But she's sweet. So this weekend it's all about tea and biscuits, obviously. And talking about old ladies, how about I knew an old woman who lived in a shoe, had so many children she didn't know what to do. Oh, I've got to be very, very careful doing this. Again, no rubber seal on it. It's not in the best condition, but if somebody just wanted that maybe for a shelf in a nursery, that would be lovely. It's got a couple of little chips. There is, I've just noticed, a small crack on the top there, but it doesn't go all the way down the side. But I think even with a little bit of damage, that should sell okay. And then finally, another cookie jar. Look at this one. Isn't he grand? This a graduation one. So he's got his mortar cap, owl with a little cape on the back. I mean, they all need washing, and one thing I have noticed about cookie jars is when you wash them, they might not have any chips before you start to wash them, that sometimes the paint begins to, you get little flecks of paint. They're not made fantastically well, and so you might find a little bit of paint come off, not the actual porcelain itself, just the paint. So if you get any, then I think what I'm going to do, the worse they are, the greasier they are, I think what I'd do is I'd just put almost neat washing up liquid on to emulsify all that, and then just rinse it off rather than give it a soak in the water. But anyway, I don't know if I can move the camera so you can see. No, I can't do that. It's on a tripod, and if I move it too much, the whole thing's going to go to pieces. But anyway, that's just the weekend haul. It's a little table full, but because I've got to get it all processed now, and I still haven't finished processing last weekend, I thought if I don't do it now and show you what I've got, then it's going to end up being put away, mixed up, muddled up, and I won't know what to show you. So I hope that you've enjoyed that little glimpse in it. Now, my plan for eBay is to get all of the cookie jars, because I've got the cat from last week, I've got the gorilla from a few weeks ago that I was going to keep, and now I'm not. Just because they're quite big and they take up space, and I don't want to give so much space away to things that I don't use. So my plan is to get all the cookie jars listed and put onto eBay. They might sit there for 6 months or a year before they sell, you know. I tend to price high and wait rather than price low and turn over quickly. So I want to get all of the cookie jars photographed and listed. Then I want to get all my Denby. I've got 2 Denby teapots, the little Denby jug, I think 6 mugs now. I've got 6 various Denby mugs, the couple of egg cups, if I can get all of the Denby on.